Hello and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. Austria is one of Europe's smaller countries, yet it has stunning landscapes and time-honored traditions. With a history closely intertwined with the Holy Roman Empire, churches are common architectural marvels here. And where you find churches, you find bells. Bell making in Austria is a tradition that dates back centuries, with some foundries having been in operation for hundreds of years. This has also allowed them to pass down their knowledge through the years, resulting in unrivaled levels of bell craftsmanship. Most foundries make bells of all sizes, in a variety of tones and pitches. But for these artisans, quality is always the goal. Many of these families see the creation of church bells as a sort of religious calling, and they put a lot of pride into the final product.
Es ist der älteste Familienbetrieb Österreichs. Seit 1599 gießen wir in unserer Familie Glocken. Also schon vor dem Dreißigjährigen Krieg, der doch für Europa sehr markant war, gießen wir Glocken. Und in die ganze Welt gießen wir Glocken. In über 100 Länder der Welt läuten Glocken von uns.
The exact process for making a bell varies slightly from foundry to foundry. However, most techniques have remained largely unchanged over the centuries. The process begins with the creation of a mold, which is typically made from clay or sand, and then carefully shaped to match the desired size and design. In another part of the foundry, artists will create stencils, molds, and patterns to serve as designs for the surface of the bell. Most of these are completely customized to the client and can include all manner of illustrations or religious symbols. These are cast in wax, so they can be included in the final design of the bell. Most bells are made of bronze, an alloy of copper and tin. The metal must first be carefully heated until it becomes molten. During this process, the bell makers must constantly monitor the temperatures of the metal, which can reach up to 1,200 degrees Celsius. This is why foundry workers wear heat-resistant gloves, aprons, and face shields at all times. Such high temperatures are essential because if the metal fails to flow evenly into the mold, it could lead to imperfections that could affect the bell's tone. Once the appropriate temperature is reached, the bell makers will prepare the molten metal for pouring. Other bell makers will be standing by to help, using large pincers, ladles, and other tools to ensure the safe handling of the liquid metal. Despite the great care taken, speed is also important, as the metal must retain the proper temperature throughout the process. Once prepared, the molten material is moved into place and poured into the mold. After the mold is filled, the bell is left to cool and solidify. Depending on the size of the bell, this process can take several days.
Die Glocke besteht aus 80% Kupfer und 20% Zinn. Das ist das Material, aus dem die Glocke besteht. Die Form besteht aus Lehm. Die Glockenform, die schabloniert wird, wird aus Lehm, Ziegel und dann sind aber ganz viele noch Bestandteile, die hineinkommen, wie Kälberhaare, Hanf, Gerstenhäcksel, also Pferdemist. Ganz viel kommt hinein, um diesen Lehm zu verfeinern, dass er luftdurchlässig, aber nicht metalldurchlässig ist, dass er ein schöner Guss wird.
Even the best casts will have small imperfections that need addressing, particularly on the decorations. This is accomplished using a combination of chisels, hammers, and engraving tools. But artisans must be very careful not to damage the bell's surface or alter its acoustics. The most important part of the bell-making process is testing, which is done to ensure the bell meets the Foundry standards for pitch, tone, and durability. This is also one of the first times modern equipment is used. Using a combination of visual inspection and acoustic testing, the bell is carefully evaluated for its tonal quality and resonation. The bell is struck with a hammer to produce a sound, which is then analyzed for its tonal quality. The material used to make the clapper can drastically affect the bell's tone and timbre. It also affects how much strain the bell is put under with each hit, which can influence its long-term durability.
Unser Ziel ist es, die Stradivari der Glocken herzustellen. Also unser Ziel ist, wir schauen immer nach oben, dass wir die Stradivari herstellen, sowohl musikalisch als auch optisch, dass einfach die Glocke ein schönes, tolles Kunstwerk ist, was viel Harmonie versprüht.
Bell makers are sometimes called upon to evaluate existing bells. In this case, a bell was found to be at risk of cracking. To address the problem, the Grasmere Bell Foundry reduced the ringing angle from 54 degrees to 50 degrees, drastically reducing the stress on the bell and the clapper. The Grasmere Group installed a brand new clapper for the bell, which involved carefully hoisting it up into the church's bell tower. They then conducted a series of tone and stress tests to ensure the renovated bell would perform as required. Testing larger bells is an even more difficult endeavor. Bells are designed to last for centuries. Proper testing ensures they continue producing beautiful sounds for generations without requiring extensive maintenance or repairs. The process is also essential for evaluating the pitch and harmonics of the bells. The striking tone refers to the main note produced when the bell is struck. During testing, this is measured and remeasured to ensure the bell will sound its best once installed. This is just one of many bell foundries still engaging in this age-old Austrian tradition. To this day, bells from Austria are prized by churches worldwide. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.